Ende ba ye kene muno asim kanko echipalo ya zelo asimundu mmiri ndu azu mmiri atana maso anwụrụ asima adara ni bona mmane ke dra yi manu odi dra yi mana afọ dra yi mana nkpo ise aye jiba piosi gosu ni ya bi faji maka we bia na uruchi nke taa na Eastern News 24 po basta maka ye Aisha Yesufu ni ru akwụkwọ basta maka Biafra nwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ and the Peter Obi, but the former presidential candidate of Labour Party. Oh, the folk ni akwụkwọ draw my attention. Nsi kam tielu ni abi fem ko bi fa ko nu na nkwa. Na gene wetelu no update, daily update basta maka yene me no bodo. Basta maka nwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ. So dịka ihe ga abi fi gesia ya. Nke drop all life feature no dị nke gị. Basta maka ihe ndị a niile asa Yesufu ko ni ru akwụkwọ. All right, over to you.
Subsidy day, no day, subsidy day, no day. Veve kuve, oh ya kabe mononoli. Just see only of veve kuve. If person see matter, way passing hand, you go just say of veve kuve. Tinubu did not rig election to come and give anybody good governance. Tinubu, by the time he's done dealing with Nigerians, those malams that were collecting money and selling Muslim tickets in the northern part of the country, saying that this and that and those. All of us go shall gather here anyway. And one day, the people that they deceived we come after them. It is not me that we will talk about them. The same people, they are all living together and the suffering is there going on. Subsidy, they are still paying subsidy. Meanwhile, they have taken subsidy away. Prices have increased. Imagine people having to queue and buy fuel at 915 naira. They've removed the subsidy. The money that has come from it, that's what they are using to buy all sorts of things. Tinubu has bought jets. He bought there's this car, what did they call it? Something Escalade, that big Kiniko. He bought this car almost 1 billion naira. Meanwhile, he's telling you to die in hunger and still keep holding. He's telling you that 1 year is too small for you. 1 year is too small for you to get any dividends of democracy. But 1 year is not too small for Tinubu to be purchasing all sorts of things. Tinubu that said he's rich, that has all the money. Tinubu's wife told us that, oh, they are coming, they are not coming to collect, they don't need any money, they already have their own money, they have their jets, they have other. But you know what? Tinubu is someone with scarcity mentality. You understand? Poverty mentality. Whatever it is that his past was, wherever he came from, he's still that person. He's still that child or whatever it is that went through whatever, only God knows whatever he went through. And so for him, he would rather spend the whole nation's money on buying shiny things that he thinks will make him somebody. And then he can lord it over everybody. Instead of him to think about the poor that are dying right now. So whatever your people suffering, people's whatever, it's not none of Tinubu's problem. His problem is to ensure how can he sit down and be the one to just be the whole national the whole national income into whatever it is that he wants to take it into. Sarah report, 1 year after Tinubu declared end to fuel subsidy, Nigeria makes highest subsidy payments in 25 years. And guess what? The people who are currently importing this fuel in are people that one way or the other are sort of like related to Tinubu, around Tinubu, whatever, Tinubu this over Tinubu, either members of his economic, whatever, members of, if they are not saying his brother, if they are not saying this, if they are not saying that, meanwhile people are there suffering. Checks by Sahara reporters revealed that 6.8 trillion is the highest figure ever to be spent by any administration on fuel subsidies between 2005 and 2022, when a subsidy payment was made by the Nigerian government on a full year basis. Bola Tinubu, illegitimate government, plans to spend 6.8 trillion on fuel subsidies between August 2023 and December 2024, representing a 17-month period, according to document. This is as the Bola Tinubu approved that the NNPC uses its dividends to offset subsidy bills. The NNPC has informed Tinubu that due to subsidy payments, it was currently unable to pay taxes and royalties into the Federation account, referring to this as subsidy shortfall forex differential. The same person that sat down and said he declared on the day of his inauguration of that illegitimacy that all happened, he declared that, oh, he has removed subsidy, prices had gone up, people are buying petrol at such an expensive rate, they now have more money on their hand, they've stolen. So let me even break this out the way my husband broke it down to me. Now, I'm married to a chartered accountant of almost 40 years. I think it's been 38 years now. He has been a chartered accountant. Sometimes he's the one that breaks the economics or whatever of the nation for me, to understand. He said what happened, what most people don't understand with this subsidy is that the money, and that's why you could see people feeling the pinch of how expensive it is. The money that used to be in your hand, you are now paying it to government. So subsidy before, when government was paying that subsidy, this money was in your hand. You didn't need to pay. So government was paying it on your behalf. So now you are now paying that money. So government now has excess money on its hand, which ordinarily you would expect that it's going to be using to, solve the problem of the people. Because if the problem of the people is being solved, people really don't need as much money on their hands. If, for example, food is very cheap, right? You have a food that is affordable, that is very cheap. You're able to have housing that is very cheap. Transportation is cheap. It's not that expensive. With little money in your hand, you can be able to have a comfortable life. And that would be okay for you. But what we have now is that all of these things are not there. So most of these things, or all of these things, are very expensive. And so what you end up doing is that you need more cash in your hand to be able to solve it. And the government has taken away the cash that was in your hand. They've taken it away, which they are now sharing amongst them. So that's why you see them having this huge amount of money that you're supposed to that they're sharing, and then they say they are looting this, they are looting that. Ordinarily, a state that works should not have money in its hand. A state should always be broke because they spend so much money on working for the people. So you won't even have anything that anybody is going to loot. So when you're seeing somebody keeping 100 and so amount of money, lying fallow, you wonder, why is there such money lying fallow? Because they should be working, they should be doing projects. It's like putting investment. It's like having money in the bank. Why do you have money in the bank? Even for me as an individual, I don't keep money in the bank. I would rather put it in projects, in investment that we appreciate over time. Before when Mr. Peter Obi was running for president during the 2023 election, one of the things that I struggled with was that issue of saving money for the. Why did you save money? Put them in project, put them in things that will be working. States are not supposed to have money that will have other than the one for their recurrent expenses that they will use to be paying salaries and all of that they use. That's the only money that should be in the hands of the state. Every other thing should be put into something that is going to work and for the betterment, like investment for the betterment of the of the state or of the country, not just keep this thing down. But unfortunately, what we have is that we just have this humongous amount of monies that are in the hand of corrupt politicians, and so they just keep packing it, stealing it, looting it, doing this, doing one thing or the other with it. And so, according to Sahara Reporter, this development comes over 1 year after the statement fuel subsidy is gone that Tinubu made, just senselessly, if I may use that word, just coming out and just putting things out there. But hey, let me tell you, why they've taken away money from your hand, you're not buying petrol more at an expensive rate. Guess what? They're still paying that subsidy, and they are paying it to themselves. And it's your money that they're using the way they want to do, how they want to do it. It's either you do something about it or sit down there and let them be using you as MU. Thank you for watching. Bye.
And by Ekenepin Muno, Edikunu Sibe, Neso Equanai, Nian Menero na Eastern is 24. Esquana Chukoka, Biamayana, Runchanin and of Nofu, Edikunu Sibe, Eswera, Nira. Edikoside, Onanugonu, Kayabi face where Batawekulo, Onanuguni, one night Nira. Kefi wode kubasta maka yabienda nini nugase nine one night ugase basta maka open grazing bill Kabaroke drop your own comment on the comment section below. Thank you, and also stay tuned at Eastern News 24. Kemesiano Mundem.